In this video, we are going to cover the top 10 most important functions in Excel that you need to know. So you can see I have a list here. I will start with the number 1, average. Average is usually done to basically what average means. If you have a list of number, let's say like this one, 15, 27, if you need to find the average, just is equals average, opening parentheses, and then my range, then closing, and then enter. You will find the average of those numbers. The number 2 will be, so you can find this average by just typing average. Is equals, you have to start with is equals average, opening parentheses, then you can say 15, all those numbers, 27, 44, 55, 55, 66, 77, 34, close. It will give you the same thing. 15, 27, 44, 44, we have 55 twice, not 44 twice. Should give you the same answer. You should arrive at the same answer. The next function is autosum. This function is used in the same manner with average. You just need to start with is equals and then sum. You can just start open parentheses, your range, closing parentheses, and then enter. The sum is 373. Or we can just do the same thing. I can just replace this one with sum. You will arrive at the same answer. The next function is sum if. Let's say you have a list of types of cars here, or type of vehicles here. You have Toyota, blah blah blah, Nissan, Honda, Benz. I need to sum if. So sum if is typically used if, let's say, sum if function. So sum if is used to add cell specified by a given condition or criteria. So I want to sum if, opening parentheses, my range will be this, my criteria will be here, and so my let me go back. So sum if, my range will be here, bracket, my criteria will be here, then bracket, and then my sum range will be this, all of these, or closing parentheses, enter. So if I change this one, you can see the total number of Nissans I have is 687. That is the same as the sum of 120, 142, and 425. If you do the sum, (120, 142, and 425), you will get the same answer, right? So if I change now this one to, let's say Honda, you can see I have only one Honda here, and therefore the total number is just 170. So I will move to the next. So these ones are typically the most basic, the most simple, and as we go through the list, you will find these one are a bit complicated and are more you can apply them in real life. The next one is counter, count. So count is used to count number of cells in a range that contain numbers. So count, comma, that is my range, comma, values, and then closing parenthesis. So you can see the count of the total number of cars is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The next one is counter formula. So let's say I'll just delete these ones. Let's say so counter counts the number of cells in a range that are not empty. Okay, so counter. So let's say for example I have Toyota, I have 34, I have Benz 39, and I have Nissan 12. Okay, so let's use the counter formula. Is equals to counter, opening parentheses, my range is from here to here, closing parentheses, enter. I have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 cells which are not empty. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the next one will be count if. So count if, I will go to here. I have labor cost analysis report here, and I have a list of names, the ID, and the dates, and I need to count if a person reported on this day, I will just indicate he was in. If he did not report to work, I will just indicate he was out. So let's say, for example, here. So count if. So count, it is used to count the number of cells within an array that meet the given condition. So this one is very similar to sum if, but here I will show you how we can use it. So let's say count if, I will open in parentheses, my range is from here to here, and then my criterion will be opening, and then that star, and then in, then that star, closing, then closing parenthesis, enter. You can see this person was in throughout the week, that is from Monday to Sunday. But if I drag down this formula, let's say up to there, so they were all in throughout. Let's say I drag this formula up to here. You can see this person was out, and now the day that has been counted is just 1 day when he was in. Okay, so that is the function count if. In another scenario, you can just use it here. So I will just delete this one. Count if the range is here, comma, criterion, my criterion is here, then closing, enter. So I want to let me delete these ones. So my range is here, my criterion is here, enter. Now you can see I have only one Honda. If I change this one to Benz, let's say I change this one to Benz, I have 3 Benz here. Okay, now that is the count if. So I've shown you 2 scenarios where you can use count if. One is on this labor analysis sheet, which you can see clearly that the function being used here is count if, and the criterion is in. If a person is in, it is counted, and you can see this person was clearly in for 4 days, out for 3 days. So this one will help me to calculate the cost. So if let's say the construction rate per day is 2,000, and now you see total construction cost per week will be 14,000 for this worker. If this is 500, it will be 3,500. Okay, now it is based on the value that we get here from our function, that is count if. So our next function will be concatenate. Now I'll just drag down here. Let's say I have number, first name, and then I have last name. I have here Martin, his last name is Mburu. I have Geoffrey, last name Kimani, and then I have Peter, last name Wanaina. And then I have another person called Joyce, last name Jerry. So how can I use concatenate formula? So this one concatenate. So it joins several text string into one text string. All right. So it is concatenate. I can just pick it. My first text will be this one, comma. My second text will be that one, closing parenthesis, enter. Now you can see the name is Martin Boro. Okay. Now I can just drag this one. So this guy, his names combined are Martin Boro, Geoffrey Kimani, Peter Inaina, Joyce Njeri. So here I think I have a spacing. I need to delete it. Then it will automatically update. Now if I need to add spacing here, I can just put opening space, closing, comma, then opening, space, closing, then another comma, then enter. Now you can see there is a space there. Now I can drag it. You can see the names have updated. So concatenate is used to join two cells into one. My next will be if function. Okay, let's say I have a number of teams here. I have a number of teams here. I have Man U, I have Arsenal, and then I have Man City, and all that. Okay. How can you use the if function? So is equals to if. So if it's used to check whether a condition is met, and the return one value is if true and another if false. Okay, that is the first way if how we can use the if function. Okay, so this one is if function. We are at number 8, if function. So if comma here, okay, is equals to Man U closing, comma, yes. So I'm going to yes, closing, comma. If it is false, you can see if it is false, we open no. Okay, and then closing parenthesis, then enter. So you can see clearly this is Man U. So if I drag this one, the rest should be no. And now if I change this one to Man U, automatically it updates and it becomes yes. So there is other various ways we can use the yes function. Let's say we have a list of numbers. We have a list of numbers. That is the if function. Okay, we have a list of numbers: 65, 23, 55, 32. Now let's say is equals to if. Let's say this one is less or it's greater than 30. Okay, then it will be that multiplied by 10. If it is less than 30, it should be 0. Okay, then closing. So let's see the value. So we drag this. So here we should get 0 because this one is less than 30. So you can see the different ways you can use the if function in Microsoft Excel. So our next function will be Vlookup. Okay, Vlookup function. And so let's say I have this list labor cost report here. I have item 1 name, the name of the people who are coming on site, on a construction site. Let's say I am the foreman, I am the supervisor, I'm in charge of all this stuff. And I have the ID, I have the telephone numbers, all that stuff, the day they reported in and out, the total number of days, construction rate per day, construction and total construction cost. Okay, so let's say there is a person who did not receive his monthly or weekly payment, and he has come to report. Okay, let's say James number 51, James Njenga has come to report that he did not receive his money. Okay, and James Njenga has a list of like 20 other people who had the same issue. They did not receive their payment. We are going to use this function Vlookup to help us in solving. So I will just need to write, let's say I need name, because I have a lot of people who are coming to report the same issue. I will need name. I will need their ID, phone number, because I'm sending money to their phone number. Okay, and I will need their total construction cost, the money they should have received at the end of that week. Okay, so this one should come here. Just cut it. So that is I need the money they should have received at the end of that week. So let me delete these ones. Then it don't just need to be normal. I just cut this, copy it here, so that this one can be reduced. Okay, so I will need to know the ID number. So I will write the vlook function is equals to vlookup function. Okay, opening parenthesis, lookup value. My lookup value will be the name, whatever I have there. All right, and then the table array will be this whole table. Okay, so I will drag it up to, so I want up to the construction cost, up to there. That is my table array. So the table is not complete, so I will just need to delete this. So my table array is up to down. I will drag it up to down, up to the last. So from that point, drag up to number 118. Okay, maybe up to there. Okay, then comma, then my column index, the ID is in which column. From here you can see that the table range is starting from here. So the ID is in which column? It's in the second column. So column index number will be 2. Okay, and then the range lookup. The range lookup will be exact match. You can see there are two options: true approximate match and false exact match. So I will write false. Okay, and then comma. Okay, so I want the name of, it was number 51. His name is James Njenga. James Njenga has come to report it. He did not receive his money. Okay, so I already know that the ID number of James Njenga is 32958602. Let's check. Number 51, 32958602. So that is the ID of James Njenga. Let's say I have another, I want to know his phone number. So I will just do the same thing, is equals to Vlookup, opening parenthesis, lookup table value is the name here, and then comma, table array is the whole of my table. So I will drag this to the end, to the last point. All right, to number 1, is it number 110? right? Is it number 118? Up to there, okay? Then comma, column index. My phone number is on column 3. 1, 2, 3. This is the phone number. So let's just come telephone number. All right. So number 3, exact match, that is false. Okay. So his phone number is that. All right. So I want to check now his total construction cost. Again, I'll do Vlookup, comma. Lookup value is his name. Whichever name I input there, it will automatically update. All right. So whenever I type the name of the next person who comes here, all his detail will come here, like his ID number, his phone number, and the amount he was supposed to receive at the end of that week. All right. So I will again do my range, the whole of this table. The whole of this table. Okay. Then comma, column index. I want the total construction cost. It is in which column? The total construction cost is this one. So it is in which column? The range is starting from here. This is the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it is in the 15, the column, my column index is 15. Again, false. Exact, we want exact number. Enter. So James Jenga is only receiving 3,000, right? So let's say we need Joyce Njoki has come. So we write that's the name here of Joyce Njoki. Joyce Njoki. Okay. And the information will automatically update. Just Joki reported for 7 days in that week. He's supposed to receive that 500 because probably his rate is 500 per day. And let's say we need this drop down list. Let's say you don't see this drop down list. Okay. If you don't see this drop down list, you just need to come here to data. Come here to, let's say I need drop down list here. Okay, or here. Okay, or maybe I copy this number. I copy everything here, copy, then paste it here. Okay, so let's see if I change, it comes in the drop down list. So this, let's say you don't see the drop down list, you just need to select the table, you come to data, you come to data verification. So that is our number 10 in the Excel formula. That is drop down list. So you just need to come to our data validation, click it. You can see here. So let me change to any value and okay. So you can see my drop down list has disappeared here. Okay, let me again do the same thing. I will cancel. I want to drop down list. I change this one to any value. Okay, so my drop down list has disappeared. So to see the drop down list, you just need to come to data verification, data validation here, data validation, double click it, change here to list. Okay, then source, just click here. Okay, then our source, I will just delete whatever is there. My source should be here, all these names. Then I will drag up to the last one, then enter. Okay, and then okay. So now you can see, let's say it's James or Moses Ochen. Just we select Moses Ochen. Moses Chucheng did not report. Okay, let's say it's Brian Mungire. Brian Mungire will receive 3,000. Okay, okay. Let's say it is. Let's go back to Martin. Martin is the one who is receiving the most. You can see Martin is going to receive 14,000, although he is a security officer. But security is very important in the construction site. So guys, I think that will be the end of this video. If you like my video, please consider to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much.